don't know. Wait, is it?
All right, we going?
Yeah, let's get it. Move over, man.
Stop. Because it's this thing. Fix it.
What's that got to do with
Take
anything?
this off. It looks
I want you to include this in the episode.
Yeah,
It's actually going
I
to look
don't
bad.
care. It's on
You're
me.
going to look at it and be like,
I don't
bad
mind.
later.
It's fine. It's
Yeah.
Zoom, bro. It's cool.
Yeah, but when it goes on YouTube.
Shh, just go.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Disruption Podcast. I'm your host, Noor, a.k.a. Quentin Quarantino. Haha.
What a joke.
Bro, he put on this shirt and felt different, bro.
Damn.
That was good, man. It's Chief Sergeant in the building.
It's your girl, my Weezy.
In the same building. Whoa.
In the same building.
Nah, stay away to me.
Rona.
and you got the prince and that.
Yeah, now what's happening, guys?
It was good.
Yeah, man.
How we doing?
We live, man.
I decided to dress up today because, well, I mean, barely, just to wear something new.
We know damn well you got boxes on underneath.
Like, literally.
Don't stand up. Don't
I will. Right now.
No,
I spent a couple of days ago, right? Like, not even like a month ago now, yeah? I bought a bunch of stuff, $300 worth. Came in, sent $200 worth back. Not because I didn't like it. It just somehow God blocked it, yeah? I ordered size 10 shoes because that's what I am. Why did they send a 7? Right? Because I put my foot in it and I was like, oh, this is mad tight.
Right,
So
they wrapped it up.
So I compare it to my other Air Forces. I really like these ones as well, yeah? I compare it to my others. I'm like, oh, it's quite a bit smaller. He's like, this much at least, right? Put my foot in it. I'm like, do I just live with this? Do I just force it every time I go out? Like, but I was like, nah, can't do it.
Sent it back.
Yeah, sent 2 pairs of shoes back.
I'm so sorry, man.
That's annoying. That's the worst. Having to return something.
Legit.
Man,
you know, you're like excited because I don't spend on myself as well.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I bought for myself this year.
Yeah. Oh.
I think, it was like the first, indulge purchase.
Yeah.
And then I was like, far out, man.
Bam, I bought some stuff so the past 2 rounds of things I've ordered for myself, there's been one item that's come that has not been my size, right? So I had these jeans. They couldn't get over my calves, bro. Man got calves, like, you know what I'm saying?
Strong boy.
Built like a horse.
Drinks his milk.
Yeah, Dan the Stallion and that. So yeah, I put the
Wait.
Bro, I tried
what?
and we didn't get past the strong calves. I said, damn. So I bet, you know what? I want shorts anyway. Summer's coming up. So I cut it. I just went for it. I hacked it. Cut the legs off, right?
DIY.
Cause it didn't buck around the cheeks, bro. Because I wouldn't have known because I never got past the calves, bro. I said, damn, not the cheeks too.
Wait, you gotta jump when you put your jeans on?
Well, these
lie
ones.
down and pull them up.
Yeah.
Bro, and then I literally had the same problem again with these other pants that I ordered the next time, but they were like some different, bro. But then it's like these, you can't cut these. No one's gonna wear shorts made of this.
Yeah.
Man.
Bro, it's actually the worst feeling in the world when you spend a bunch of money on stuff online. And you know when you buy like 8 items and you're so excited, some discounts, all this, and then none of it's something you actually love when it comes to
it just looked nice in the time.
Yeah.
I didn't just give the stuff away, man. I should have kept the jeans. I would just given it away, but I don't know why I never send it back. It's weird.
You should have done it, bro. Because now you can't do it, yeah?
Yeah.
Now that I've hacked the jeans.
Nah, Charles, just
I ordered jeans,
like
you guys
that.
sent me shorts.
I have to do that, man. But, it's been good, man.
I want to order some stuff, man.
I should. I've stopped. I've tried to tell myself now that I'm not going to be ordering anything for at least until maybe December or something like that for Christmas times. But I probably won't even buy anything for myself for Christmas, to be honest. But for myself, I think, that's it. I gotta move different now with my spending.
Are you guys doing Christmas gifts for like everyone this year or not really?
We might be able to get away with not having to. I don't know.
Yeah, because we're not seeing very many people this year. I'm not very grateful for a lot of people, so.
Yeah, you facts, right? I ain't trying to buy for nobody.
Bro, legit, it gets expensive every year.
No.
I actually want to get everyone a nice gift.
Right.
I don't think it needs to be expensive though. So I remember like one year, like someone gave out like little things, but they were like meaningful. You know what?
That was me.
No, you gave me a whole jumper. How is that little?
Now the year before it, wasn't it?
Nice. Last
Was
year?
it the little like Lego things?
Was that you?
I might have not got you anything. Shit.
I was like, that's not you.
Wait, did you get one of those?
I got one, but not from you.
Yeah, no, that was me. That was definitely me.
It wasn't from
because
you.
you got
It wasn't from me.
This one last year you're talking
Yeah,
about,
that's what I'm
The
talking
keychain.
about.
That's
But
crazy.
you know, like
Hey, my mom's calling.
be expensive. It doesn't have to. I think that we make it expensive, obviously, because it's like you're giving it to, you know, people you really care
You
about.
still have the keychain on you?
I have the
Yeah, no,
keychain
same.
on,
It's
yeah.
like that. When I
it's
think
like
about it, it's like
something
that was a little
little.
Christmas present. Was like, I'll actually still have it. Like now, I'm still
You just got to
using
put thought into
True.
it. What's something that they can always use, you know?
it. Shout out
Something-
Kevin and Mills, isn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Kevin and Amelia
that's the
last
one.
year. Yeah. It was
True.
pretty dope. So
I mean, I guess this goes into what like we were
Yeah.
going to talk about as well. It's like, for me, I love giving gifts because I actually like spending money on other people. I find it easy, like to spend money on others. Like, as in, not I find it easier, flex, but it's just like $40 for myself for a shirt. I'll be like, but then if I was like getting someone a hoodie and it's like 60, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
I did.
Do you guys all feel that as well?
No, I don't know. I feel like I spend on myself and others just as equally, to be honest. Like, if it's a present, I'll buy. Like, I love to buy stuff for myself, as y'all have seen. But I will also spend that on someone else. But if I had to choose, maybe, on who's getting the better item, I don't know. Sometimes it might be me. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I give gifts here and there,
Shut
depending
up.
on who it is.
Carlos, bro, you don't give. Shut up, bro.
I feel like Carlos is the type that doesn't
Carlos is the
give
worst gift giver.
Worse? Nah, come on, man. I gave you a good ass gift for your birthday, bro. What are you saying, man?
Shut up, bro. You know, hey, can I expose you right now?
What?
Carlos, yeah, he got me a watch one year.
Watch?
Bro, it was a lady's watch, guys.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. When did I give you a watch, bro?
I don't know, man. It must have been like
Was
2
it
years
the-
ago, 3 years
Nah,
ago.
no. That's too recent.
Me.
Bro, what am I doing?
Bro, to you, hey, my bad. I didn't really look into it.
That's so funny.
Are you sure it was me? Because I don't remember giving you a watch, bro.
Cuss.
you?
It was you.
Sure.
Yeah, but nah, this is party, bro.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, I think just because of obviously the times we're in this year, I might be doing the kind of like send things out, little things out kind of gift. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
Amazon Prime is saucy as well. So there's-
It's actually amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
so like I reckon I might do something like that this year. I mean, we probably will be able to be meeting up in person and that, but just because we
So
still
need-
are gonna
just in
be,
case.
we still
yeah.
are going to be in that time still. It's
Mm.
like I'm calm with that. Or something like that this year.
Mm.
Yeah, man. But that was been good.
Bro, there was one year, I was like, I decided to get everyone something small.
Yeah,
And that was the year that I got everyone these like nano block packs, yeah?
everyone. apparently.
Everyone.
Everyone, like, yeah, you know.
The people that
And,
he cares about, you know, the usual.
Yeah.
Clearly.
And then I was like, I'm gonna do this for everyone. It was $12 per person max, yeah. And like, cause you know, you buy gifts for like nearly 20 people. That's still some amount of money, right?
Yeah.
And someone tells me this person spent quite a lot of money on you this year. I was like, so I had to end up spending heaps more. But it is what it is. I don't mind.
Nah,
Yeah, that's the funny part where it's like they spend like bands on you, and then you're like, oh snap, you know.
Yeah, like
I
imagine.
got you like a small thing, you know what I mean?
out here trying to do all sentimental, write a little letter or something with some drawing. I did a personal drawing for you. Bruv, I just bought you Air Force.
I did a macaroni artwork.
Nah, it's messed up.
Far out, man.
Uh,
Yeah, it depends.
hey,
It depends.
I've been going on walks recently, yeah, fam. Loving it. Like,
Good
for the
stuff, huh?
past 2 weeks, I've been going on walks quite a bit. I don't know what just happened.
With the dog or just yourself?
So myself plus walking Ace and that, you know what I mean? So here and there, like I've been mixing up. But yeah, going on walks has been dope, man. You go in the evening so you can go for a little bit longer than an hour because no one's watching you and that. What you said that. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, I've been doing that. But I remember I went on one walk, not even just on one walk. It's happened a couple of times there, but there was one particular walk I was walking in the evening, right? And it was a bit cold, so I was like, let me chuck my hoodie on. And literally, midway through putting my hoodie on, I was like, oh, no, pretty like, sus right now. And I took it off. Like, I subconsciously just came like, oh, no, maybe not. And I was like, damn, man, I've been seeing, like, when I'm walking, people are like, because I'm taller than that, but I didn't think I looked intimidating. But I'm seeing people their feet start stuttering when they're getting closer, or they start looking up awkwardly sometimes, bro.
Nah, trust me, you look scary when you put your hoodie on, bro.
One time I was walking and there was an older man in front of me, yeah? I know this guy still needed to go straight. You know what he did? He walked to the side and stopped. He waited. He started looking at trees and that, and I walked past, and he just continued once I got, like, let's say 50 meters away. And I was like, it just made me, I was laughing, but I was thinking, like, are people wrong for feeling fearful sometimes, man? Like, is that wrong in them? Or what?
I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a conflicting thing, because on one hand I'm like, if you're scared, you're scared.
Legit.
But on the other hand, I'm like, what are you scared of? Like, on what basis?
Yeah.
I think it's harder now because, like, you can't see people's, like, facial expressions fully. So you don't know, like, if someone's angry. Like, you can see the eyes and stuff, but it's a bit hard when you don't see the full face. So you're like, I don't know if you're angry, if you can see you smiling in your eyes.
Yeah, you don't know if they're smiling. Yeah, that's tough right there.
You just can't tell. And like you said, some people walk with hoodies on and they've got a mask. So it's like you can barely, and at night, if someone's walking behind me, they have a mask and a hoodie on, I'm going to, like, speed up my walk or cross the road.
The funny thing, the old man was at like 3 in the afternoon. that one's the one that just made me laugh so much.
So he had no excuse, really.
Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with that guy.
No, but surely everyone looks scary with a mask and a hoodie on, though. It's not scary, but like, yo, let me.
Because when I'm walking, I have no fear of the people that I'm walking around, right? Not that I'm saying, because I wanted to ask about, like, you know, where's the trust in the world and things like that. Did we ever even have trust in the world, all that kind of stuff, right? But I know when I'm walking, I'm like, I don't think about that. Like, I'm not, like, fearful of the people that I'm walking around. Even if they do look sus, I'm like, you look sus, but I'm still keeping my, you know, I'm doing my
thing. Yeah. I'm always alert when I walk, especially at night. I'm always alert of behind me. I don't know why. But I think that's just not being an idiot. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? Especially like city or whatever. Yeah. Like, just gonna keep an ear out, you know, but I'm not like gonna move out the, you know, sidewalk in front to the other side or something. That's just.
There was a time that me, Carlos, I don't know if I've said on the podcast before, Carlos and I and some other friends were standing around our house and we see a lady coming. And we know she needed to get past us, but she was stalling, man, doing circles. Eventually, she just she power walked right past. She did not like no eye contact, nothing. Power walk past, and we're just cracking up, man. Like that, like we can't. It gets to a point where, like, I used to care about that before, and I used to try to make people feel comfortable. I'm like, I can't do much more than literally just do me at this point now. I can't do anything more to make you feel. And it's like, why do I need to make you feel comfortable sometimes? So yeah, I was like, So like, maybe, you know what, people can be fearful, but it is what it is, man. Like, that's calm, man. But
can't do much about it. You know what I mean?
But now the walk stuff is.
It's like I don't care. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was saying, this walk stuff is it's good, man. It's real, just vibes, man. Letting the wind hit you properly, you know. You get the little stretch where there's no one around. Take the mask off, you know. Let it.
I've been doing a little
summer.
Well,
I said summer is gonna be like a vibe, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I've been doing a little bit more of like just being outside. Like, obviously the walks, I've been doing that for like a couple months now, but like obviously workouts outside, but even just making my lunch and sitting outside to eat it, because the weather's been quite nice around here as well.
Yeah, no, it's different, man. It definitely is different.
There have been so many times this week that I stepped out in public, out of my car, out of my house without a mask. And I think on one occasion, the last time it happened, I just said, I don't care. I was going on a walk and I forgot my mask and I went down the block and I was like, I just looked around. I was like, there's no one here. There's no one walking. And I just left it. Like, till this point, I'm still forgetting to wear a mask. Like, it's just
like the mask thing is, to me, I genuinely, it might be very careless of me. I don't care. Even when I go on a walk, I'm holding it in my hand the whole time.
Look at this dude.
I'm sick of it, bro. It's steaming up my glasses, my little cube out the side thing.
Now yours is alright. Like, I never wear my mask when I go for walks, bro.
This guy's moving.
Like I'm not sure. Like every time I
A
go
lot
for
of
walks, like
self-snitching going on this episode.
no, that's exercise, and you don't have to wear it when you're going to exercise.
I
Like
mean, to
last
be
time I
honest, if
feel
someone
like
stops you, sorry, I'm in the middle of a jog. I just stopped to take a breather.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time I go on a walk, I always someone always has to say something to me. Always, bruv. Mike, where's your mask?
My friend killed me. He was at work. Yeah, he forgot. He I think he had his mask like below his chin or something. And this old lady was so mad. She took off her mask to yell, "Put your mask on!" And I'm like, bro, you just
No, you.
You
Have you
the whole
guys-
purpose, bruv.
Have you guys bought one of the nice masks yet? Like the good materials and stuff?
nah. Them ones don't look like they're doing much, bro. Because I'm seeing bare gaps. Everyone got these designs and that.
No, no one none of them are doing much anyway.
Yeah. No, I've got the
You've got the
like this
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, that's what I meant. That's a nice.
Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah. Bro, none of them are nice, but all right.
Like I'm using that the blue one, the dentist one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might buy it. This is so messed up. Like, just the world's turned into a weird place. So the other day I searched Adidas face mask. They
Yeah.
can sell 3 packs for $12 soon. So I was like, all right.
And trying to have drip.
They said, do you want it blue or do you want it black? So,
Nah, it is weird though, man. Nah, I don't know. Nah, it is a very, very weird space, man. But even I was looking at how like our roadmap onwards from this, I'm like, it's so funny to think that we have a legit, like we have a roadmap out of this situation. Like this is the times we're at. Like, hey guys, at this day we're all gonna be able to do this. At this day we're all gonna be able to do that. It's like, oh,
and that's like all depending
on this.
on
It's
how
like
leading up.
and you've been fine. Like this feels like a group assignment where someone's like, you know what I mean? This is group assignment vibes now in Victoria. The person that's bringing down the team or whatever, and like, yeah, you're all trying to succeed. But yeah, that's the thing. It's so weird that we have to be dependent on like this. If this is this for 2 weeks, then we're that. It's like, damn, man.
We're gonna be back. Oh man, life is crazy, man.
It is, man. What's been going
So
on?
what can you do?
What's on your minds? We're sending through a lot of different things in the topics chat this week, man.
Yeah, let's talk
A lot
about
going
what
on.
Marwa sent.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Dr. Dre's wife.
yeah, me too.
Why can't it be
Just
that
have
we're
a-
discussing Dr. Dre himself?
Sorry?
I said, why can't it be that we're discussing him?
Because we're not. 'Cause he's not
We
being
don't care about it. We want to talk about the gal.
And he won't give up the money.
We want to talk about what the gal been asking for.
All right,
man.
so
I heard he told her he's going to give her Beats by Dre.
Wait, I don't this. Wait, hold on.
oh,
Wait.
no, that's not no.
Why? I don't tolerate that behavior, Mike.
Look at his eyes.
I was trying to calculate. I was like, oh yeah, a couple of beats of word.
Yeah, nah.
Company, just
Sorry, Mike.
Can you imagine? I digress. You jump in.
So yeah, Dr. Dre. I mean, he is a mogul.
You don't need to introduce Dr. Dre.
People should know who Dr. Dre is.
Everybody knows who Dr. Dre is.
His current situation is he's going through a very expensive divorce with his wife of 24 years, I think it is. So very, very long, years that they've been together. So his beautiful missus is...
No. Stop hyping her up if she's being silly.
Look, we don't know if she's being silly though. That's what we're going to
trust.
That's what we're going to
So
get.
silly,
No.
guys.
Anyway,
Okay. Go into it, and then we're just going to dissect why she's being silly.
she's seeking almost $2 million a month in
That's
spousal support. So spousal support obviously is once you guys, divorce your partner who was making if one partner was making more money than the other, then they will be supporting, the other individual, like their lifestyle, just in order to try and, for them to keep up the same lifestyle that they were having when you guys were married, right?
Yeah, it's a legal way of saying he's still your daddy.
Basically.
So, I mean, if we want a breakdown of where this $2 million is coming from, or
Yes, please. And let's discuss each one. Break it down, and then we break down the next. Because this is all dumb, but...
this is where the $2
Let's
million
go.
is all coming from, right?
So the first one.
So firstly, she's seeking $10,000 a month for laundry and cleaning.
Okay.
For her laundry and cleaning.
First of all, how much more expensive is the water in California? I know they got a drought and stuff, but And how often do you wash your clothes?
Maybe dry cleaning.
Dry cleaning, yeah.
Nah. Okay, yeah.
Dry cleaning.
Who is doing the dry cleaning for you?
Bro, I dry clean all the time. It's $32 for like 10 pieces of clothing. Come on, man.
All right, now read the next one, Marwa. This is why the 10,000 is crazy.
I said $32.
The next one is $132,000. $135,000 in just clothes.
Okay, that's why the 10,000 a month is crazy. Why do you need to wash your clothes? Just throw them away.
Yeah, if you're
Buy
spending
new ones,
135,000.
135K on clothes when you're that famous, that's actually not that much, to be honest. You buy.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, that's actually not bad.
But then
It's not that crazy.
For that level.
Bro, that's no, like, let's say you're invited to one event or two events a week.
Gowns are expensive.
10K minimum on an outfit, yeah? And then you got jewelry rental, all that. I'm not mad at that when Dre's a billionaire. All right?
Yeah, that one is like, okay.
I mean, although it does say a lot if you can't buy your own clothes.
It makes sense as to why the laundry would be expensive, because expensive gowns take, like, you need proper care. Exactly.
Sort of. Why doesn't she just rent them?
Yeah.
Probably does.
That was going to be that expensive.
Too, though.
True.
But anyways,
right.
Moving on. Education. So tuition and living expenses, $60,000 a month. So I think that thinks she might want to, like, go back to school and study.
What are you trying to study for now?
This is how you know when you start to milk it, bro. You say, I never finished my business bachelor, so
yeah. And if this is for the kid,
is she like already like a lawyer? Like, isn't she like already like, you know, got, I don't know, like she graduated ages ago. She's a lawyer now. What she need to do? Yeah.
But all right, I'm gonna skip this one. We'll come back to it.
Wait, hold up.
What?
Her living expenses. Oh, living expenses, not as in mortgage. That's later on. Okay, never mind. Continue.
All right, so we're going to go to mortgage is $100,000 a month, which is fair enough. They might be living in a very expensive.
No, move somewhere.
Why are you paying a mortgage if you can afford $100,000 a month? Just buy the house.
Oh, man, this is
and then telephone, cell phone, and email expenses, $20,000 a month.
That one killed me.
That one was the dumbest one out of everything.
Bro, you email for free. Emails for free. Come on, man.
Okay, let's say she's setting up her own website, so it's at dreswife.com, yeah? All right? That's like, I have one of those, right? That's $180 a year on Wix. Okay, add the email G Suite situation, say another $35 US a year, right?
$100.
Bro, my phone bill, unlimited call, text, international gigs, whatever. I want to pay $100 a month.
They use the same phone plans as, you know, Joe from around the corner.
Bro, you put it this way: $20K a month on the phone, whatever. She's literally buying an iPhone every 3 days.
A month too. Not even the year, like a month.
That's crazy.
But yeah, they're using. Yeah, I don't get that because they're using the same phones, like iPhones or, you know, Androids or whatever. So it's not like it's extra expensive.
No, they're definitely not using Androids, but we move. Carry on.
All right. This next one is a bit funny. Charitable contributions, $125,000 a month. So she's asking him to give her money to give to charity.
Isn't like, first of all, there's no good feeling in it because you didn't do it. Your dad did.
Yeah.
Oh,
and two, it's like, bro, I shouldn't be involved in what you feel like doing after this.
Bro, honest.
And the fact that she has a set amount, like, give me 125 so I can give. It's like,
bro, it's charity. It's up to you if that's what you want to do. Like, I can ask you for money so I can go give them, donate. It doesn't make sense to me.
I remember I was listening to the Breakfast Club and they were like, so who gets the blessing, you know? Who receives the good? Like, is it me or is it you, the person who's giving the money? Or that's so funny. And the last one, entertainment.
That's my favorite one, 900.
Asking, $900,000 a month.
You know what Shalaman said? He's like, 900K a month. How boring is Dr. Dre?
How boring.
You know what's so sad though? Is that whatever entertainment she buys, you're living in LA, there's going to be Dre songs playing.
That's true.
But damn, 900K a month.
I can get where that, like, 900,000, what kind of entertainment they were doing, or
yeah, that's crazy.
Does she have like
900K
live
a month.
performance? Does she have like live performance every day while she's having dinner, or like what, bruv? Like this is weird, man.
Bro, so this is what I want to ask, right? Because it still, I'm a bit iffy when it comes to all this stuff here. Like in terms of when people do go through a divorce and then an amount is required of the main breadwinner, right? Bro, I just wonder, yeah. Like when it comes to supporting the children in terms of finances for the children, it should still occur so that their education or their life, not the education and majority or the main aspects of their lifestyle are not affected by your two's decision, right?
Yeah.
So I don't agree when there's a divorce and the mother or father is not paying, the child support or paying for the education, paying for the school uniforms, all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to you, like let's say the main breadwinner, the woman or the man, is they've left, whatever, even if it was for infidelity, right? Yeah. I don't understand why keeping up appearances is something that is demanded of them by the law in terms of this is a certain lifestyle you've been living. And now that you guys are separated and the main breadwinner is out of the situation, they need to send you so much amount of money so that you can still kind of live like that. I mean, because I'm gonna be devil's advocate with this, right? So it's like you've been in the situation where they have been the main breadwinner. Let's say you never decided to be getting your own or something like that. Either they told it's a bit iffy when it gets to the position where the guy's like, no, don't work or whatever, don't get your own, I got you. Then that's different, where now they've left you or something, or they've cheated and you guys have split up. And they've left you, and now you haven't gotten your own this whole time because you've been dependent on. But there's a lesson in that about not being so dependent on that person and things like that. Have your own at the same time. But yeah, when it comes to now the person is trying to keep up appearances because this is the lifestyle they've lived, I kind of feel like at this point, if you guys have like parted ways, man, you've parted ways, and now you just have to get your life in your own way. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
I think it's one of those weird things. Like, for sure, lawyers do this stuff just for two reasons. It's Hollywood, so they do this stuff to get into tabloids. And then two, so that, because they know if I negotiate really high, I'm going to get a higher low than what else that you would say, right? So, honestly, she'll probably end up getting like $250K a month instead of 2.5 million, right?
Heaps.
But, which is still heaps, right? But it's like, I feel like there's an element of, I agree. I'm like, I don't agree with the thing of like, nah, man, screw the wife, whatever. Like, nah, I think she should get something. I know in Dre's situation, the kids are all over, like they're adults now. Yeah. So there's like, you actually don't need to give her any money for their education. You can literally just pay it yourself. So I don't know what the education thing's about, but even if it's for her, it's like, I don't know, it's one of those weird things. You've been with someone 24 years, fair enough, you don't care about them now. I guess if you want the best for them, you'll be like, you know what, let me pay for you to get educated or something. You're like, okay, you can't live in $100 million mansion now, but you're not going to live in a regular area, fair enough. But yeah, I don't understand the sustaining someone else's lifestyle that is actually only your lifestyle because you were with me.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing I'm trying to get at. It's like, if you were really the main reason why this lifestyle exists, and now that is not the case. Again, like I said, if they told you, don't worry about it, I've got you.
That's different.
We have this lifestyle, very, very different. But let's say you are still getting your own or something like that. You're doing you in the relationship. You are working on your own stuff, your own self, getting your own education, all that kind of stuff. If the majority of the main reason why you are enjoying this lifestyle is because of them, it's like that is literally because of them. And now that you're apart, this is time for you to do your own.
That's not the case there. They were married for 24 years. And like, I get where you guys.
Dre's been famous for more than 24 years though.
I get that too. I get that. What, they got together when he was like, what, 20 something though?
Dre's been famous since like the late 80s, early 80s.
Early 80s.
That's a long time back.
It's a long time, but what, was he as big as he is now though?
I mean, NWA, obviously, all these guys exponential wealth in the last like 10 years. Like I think even Jay-Z was like only worth like 300 million 10 years ago. Now he's a billionaire. You know what I mean? So all these guys it's grown exponentially, but I think they might have changed one postcode since Dre got a billionaire status.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, what does she do now if she's getting all this money? Like, now she just, she goes out entertainment. Like, what do you do with your regular life? You get what I mean? Because you got someone that's funding every single area of your life. So it's like, what do you do? And how long are you going to continue doing that for? You get what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, find your own life. You know what I mean? Like, I will be able to chip in here and there. I don't mind paying for, like, education. You know what I mean? And, like, little things here I wouldn't mind doing. Like, but then I'm not going to pay for your entertainment. I'm not going to pay for your laundry.
You've divorced me. You make me miserable. Why am I going to pay $900K a month for you to be happy?
Like, for me, that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? You do that yourself. Those things that's, like, really, really important. It's like, okay, fine, I'll come in. I'll give you $100K a month for that. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, oh, give me, I don't know how much it was. Was it like $100K for a mortgage or rent or whatever it is a month? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's like, man, bro, just move into a smaller place that's not gonna require that much money. For me, that doesn't make sense, bro. You know what I mean?
You know what else doesn't make sense? Like, the numbers don't make sense. The entertainment is crazy. $900K a month. You're talking nearly $12 million a year in entertainment. It sounds stupid when you put it like that. Like, nothing's that fun.
But then we're seeing this from, our regular eyes, right?
So you call us broke? You said we're broke.
Well, we don't have. Do you have $1 million in your bank account right now?
No.
I hope so.
$1 million that you can put forward.
No, but even if I had like 100 million right now, I don't think I could spend $1 million a month just for fun things. What am I doing?
That's because we're here. We're living in Melbourne, Victoria. What can you do that's gonna cost that much money? They're over there.
Doesn't matter. If I had 100 million, I'm not doing my fun things in Melbourne, Victoria. I'm flying out every weekend. That's still not going to cost me 100 million. I mean, $1 million a month.
But yeah, fair enough. But what was I even saying?
I think the weird thing to me is that if your entertainment is 900,000, why is your house only 100,000? Man, make your home fun.
Oh man,
that's actually true.
Bro, that's actually, man. So how long is he meant to do this for? Like, I don't get it.
I was gonna say, what if she gets with another man? You don't have to pay that stuff anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's not like child support. I think it's called alimony or something like that. I don't know what America has a term for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
So if she has another partner, but then obviously she's never gonna have another official partner. This is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm getting $2.5 million a month, I'm not getting married again.
Single forever.
Yeah. She knows what's up.
That's all I was thinking, like, because I didn't even know that was like 24 years married. I'm like, damn, this is actually really sad, man.
It's a long time. And
that's time put in, man. It's like, I don't know if like the world even cares about that anymore, man. Like, it is like marriage ain't that anymore in the world's eyes. Relationships aren't that in the world's eyes anymore, stuff like that.
Before we, like, if we're moving on or something, that's my point exactly. She put in literally, like, we're thinking about Dre. Okay, Dre, the businessman, Dre, the billionaire, he did so many, different things in the public eye and stuff, but we don't know what it was like when he went back home. We don't know what she did for him to make him the man that he is today. You know what I mean? Like, this lady literally put 24 years of her life, she probably, I think she's a lawyer, so she has a degree, like, she's done her education and stuff, if she goes out on her own, she's not going to be like flat broke or anything like that. She can actually, provide for herself. But it's like, I gave you 24 years of my entire life, you know what I mean? And she obviously divorced him for a reason. Like, there's obviously I hope it's a valid reason, some sort of reason that's there.
Yeah.
But it's like, she gave him so much, and obviously he gave her a lot as well. But it's like, I don't want those years shouldn't just go to waste just for nothing. You know what I mean?
Nah, of course, those years definitely shouldn't go to waste. Those years is equivalent to $2 million. That's it.
Yeah, it's only a month. The payout.
No, not a month. Just
genuinely not a month. I can't, like, I agree. I think anyone with a heart after that many years with someone, even if like you hate their guts now, based on what they gave you, children, years of memories, all that kind of stuff, you don't want them to be homeless or, you know what I mean? You don't, like, you just want them to be great, but far away from you if it's gotten to that point, right? So I'm okay with, like, again, house, take care of that kind of stuff. But then, like, these kind of claims,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, I agree with you.
it's just silly now.
Yeah, like I get house and
Send
that
her
stuff.
some
I'll take care of
headphones,
that.
that's it.
Nah, man.
But all that extra stuff, I ain't with it, bro. I'm not gonna pay for your entertainment, bro. That's you, bro.
Nah, this is something I've been thinking about for a bit, man. Like, I was like, man, this is gonna sound funny just saying it, but bro, I swear, I think our generation, I don't think no one's having good relationships, bro. By the way, it's like the way we deal with this matter, the way we talk about relationships, the way we relate with each other, the way guys relate with girls, girls with guys, the way, so maybe just social media is loud and reality is different, but you do kind of see it. It's like, bro, I swear no one wants to be happy anymore or something. Like, what's going on?
Bro,
like,
it's like
going on in our generation, man.
Nah, I agree. It's almost like when we see this stuff happening, it's like, oh, I can do that then, if that's what I'm going through. You get what I mean? Because this is like, oh, this is stuff that's possible for us to do. All I need is a lawyer. And hey, yo, can you do what Dr. Dre's wife did to him or what? What do you say? You know what I mean? For me, he like legit.
And lawyer's like, shut up, you're getting $2,500 a month.
Take it. Right, because I feel like from what I hear people talk about and what I hear people say, it's almost like no one wants that family thing anymore. Like, I feel like the whole settle down and family picture has now been made to look so simp, or has now been made to look so lol, you're a sheep, get your own, or you're not living your life to the max that you should be living it. I mean, I saw this post, I'll read it real quick and then we can chat or whatever. He said, I'm not ashamed to admit I desire a life partner. That's something extremely important to me. Yes, I'm fine on my own, and yes, I love myself. Operating in self-love doesn't mean you can't be in a relationship while evolving. If we never stop growing, we'd be waiting forever for love. So I'm like, it's so funny that someone actually has to say that there's such a culture has been generated where that seems to be the different thing. That seems to be the weird thing that someone would admit to.
Yeah.
I admit that I am interested in falling in love with someone and being in a relationship and living out life together, doing life together, having a life partner. Isn't that kind of funny that that's the space we're in our generation?
It's kind of weird. I think culture has started viewing relationships differently. And like for a couple of reasons, I think people have seen a lot of failed marriages, a lot of parents like split, all that kind of stuff. And like, I think that's the majority of marriages now, right? Like by a little bit, like I think it's like 50-something% of marriages are divorced, right? And so there's that element, but then there's also the element of our generation and slightly older than us have gotten so accustomed to hookup culture. And so when you've had 3-4 girls in a night, 3-4 guys in a night, or in a week, or whatever, right? And it's like, in a fleshly sense, it's actually not that exciting to spend the rest of your life with one man or woman. You know? But
how long can you do that for anyways?
How long can you do what?
Like what you're just saying.
Get rich enough, you can do it for the rest of your life.
But if you're not rich enough, like you're just like, just a regular dude.
Well, that's the
average
thing.
Income.
That's the thing. It's like, but I mean, I reckon there's guys in their 40s doing that right now. You know what I mean? And it's like that's fun in a human sense, right? So I think that element has also made relationships hard for people because they're constantly comparing things, right? And so, yeah, and plus that whole thing of, it's a perspective thing, right? People are always like, settle down and stuff, but who said it's about settling down? Why is it not about coming together and going hard? But like not hard,
Settling down kind of like sounds like,
it sounds old.
Yeah,
it sounds like we've lost our energy.
Yeah, literally.
Right? But it's not. It's really not. It's let's come together. Let's build. Right? Let's settle up. I don't know. Right? Like,
boy. No, I think I know what you're saying, but at the same time, I understand why people say that phrase. It's like, you're wild. So then I was like, you've calmed down.
Yeah.
And then now it's like you're looking for something else now.
Yeah.
But for me, it doesn't make sense if you're like, you don't even do any of that, and then you said, oh, you settle down. Well, I wasn't really doing anything anyways, right?
I've been settled my whole life.
Exactly, though. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think also it depends. Like you said, oh, maybe there's guys in their 40s who's been doing that. Yeah, but maybe they've also had, a relationship that didn't work out. And then they're like, yo, okay, screw it then.
Yeah.
And then now they just went on with that lifestyle.
True.
Do you feel, okay, now this might be spicy, I don't know. Now in our generation, and now just looking at us as a populace, even within that, do you think that certain cultures or certain people groups there's aspects that they do relationships better and some that are worse in some other cultures? Like, I think that is free to talk about. I don't know. So, like, what do you guys say?
So repeat that one more time.
So, what comes to mind in terms of what do you see in terms of how certain groups do relationships or how their dynamic is like within our generation and now splitting into cultures and groups and people groups, right? There's different dynamics and elements that you see where you do see some are healthier in this sense, some are,
I think for me, seeing where white people thrive in their healthy relationships is that the parents are romantic towards each other. I can't think of many other, like Arabs, Asians for sure as well, most Black people that I know, like I don't know about like their parents being very affectionate, like as in still dating each other, for the rest of their lives.
What comes to mind is Dave Chappelle, how he said that his white colleagues were too open at work. Yeah, what are you about to do when you get home? To head home and you know the line. But I did.
Yeah, like I mean, it sounds lame when you say it, but I don't really care about sounding lame, and I want a healthy marriage, in the future. So it's like I want to date my wife for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Like I think that's one thing where I see that and I'm like, that's dope. Like whenever I see that, is because that also means there's like always open dialogue over their feelings. Yeah,
no, I think for me, like a lot of African, families, not all, because obviously I've seen, some families that are just loving. The parents will show affection in front of their kids and stuff. But, for the most that I've seen, it's kind of like you get married. And then with that, even sometimes people it's an arranged marriage, especially like in African families and stuff. Like quite a few of them are in arranged marriage. They get married when they're younger. Their families are like, okay, we found someone for you, get married. And then that love kind of develops later. Sometimes it doesn't really develop. Sometimes it's like you have marriages where it's like you get married, you have your kids, and then we kind of just exist like in the household.
That so much.
Like, it's like there's no like actual romance. Like we sleep in the same bed, but I'm faced this way, you're faced that way. We wake up in the morning and it's like there's no good morning. We're just kind of like walking around as if we're married, but we're kind of strangers in a way.
That's madness.
Which is
you're literally just partners.
At all, like how did Thingy say it?
Who?
Jada Smith.
Entanglement.
I like what I see from ethnic cultures is, especially in this side of the spiritual side of the relationship, I see that kind of, I think, a lot more. So I think that is something that I'm like, I really do like that and respect that. I see that, within like more so ethnic cultures from what I've seen, right?
Yes.
Or like your Arabic cultures, your African groups in different nations and stuff. Like I've seen how the family unit there's the love, but then it's like we also need to work on how spiritually healthy are we as well.
Yeah.
So I like that element for sure. And I do see how I see in some cultures that's not really that important. Or that, I mean, it also
you find your way.
What would you say?
I think, like, let's be honest with like Western culture, a lot of it's just you find your way.
Yeah.
Find yourself.
Like there's no element of like real quick. There's no element of like, okay, so I can pray about the issues we've got going on. Sometimes it's just like I'm gonna go on a walk and just vent to myself or vent to.
I'm gonna travel to India and find myself.
You know what I mean? Then I'll come back and we can do this relationship. But you're gonna support the trip for me, or so. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, Carl, what you saying?
Yeah, nah. Now I was gonna say, yeah, like I think different cultures do it differently. Some cultures is like, yo, you can't bring someone home until you finish studies, this, that. One of my friends, she's been studying for like years and years and years, and she still can't bring them home. And I was like, damn, but you're quite old though. You know what I mean? But that's the expectation that the parents set. It's almost like I don't care how old you are, kind of thing. I don't care if you're in love or not, right? I just want you to do this, do that, and then you can bring that person home. In other cultures, it's like, hey, as long as you're in love, bring him home. And that's if you're 18 years old, doesn't matter. If you're still in high school, it doesn't matter. If you just started uni.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually weird how it was like so different. I was thinking about this the other time. We'll go into it like some other time, more details. But it's like culture separates us so much. Not like separate us, but we do things so differently to each other based on where we're from, based on our culture. You know what I mean? For example, I was talking to one of my Indian friends, and we're just having a conversation. It's like, how do you guys deal with funeral? And when he described it to me, it's so different to how I would do it, and it's so different to how my other friends do it. I was like, damn, like this one thing we do it so differently.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Celebrations, some of us do it differently as well. You get what I mean? So I was like, yo, that's just based on culture. That's how we do it. The only reason why we celebrate like this, or the only reason why we do funerals like this is based of my culture. You know what I mean? So I was like, but that blew my mind. It's like, yeah, culture actually, I don't want to say separate us, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. It gives us our different colors and flavors.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, is this one thing? Is this big thing? But we all do it differently just based on your culture. And I was like, yeah, that's mind blown right there.
Are we talking, Daniel, are you talking in terms of parenting or relationships?
Our relationships. Yeah. Also just how relationships look in cultures. Yeah, I don't know. And also I do see how like in different cultures, the social media that the people part of the culture see is very different. So I don't know how good this is or how bad this is, but let's say like in African American cultures, I see a lot of blasting the guy in the relationship or blasting the girl in the relationship on all over social media, like just like they drag their partners essentially a lot of the time, right? And then I'm like, I see in some other cultures that doesn't exist. I'm like, how is it good that people are open about these things? Is it bad that some people don't speak about what they've got going on? Because you do have situations where there's like maybe it's like a domestic violence scenario, and no one's like it outwardly looks fine, but and she's never or he's never actually expressed anything in terms of this partner is doing this to me or they treat me like this, right? And you see some cultures literally put that kind of stuff out there, stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, does it work? Is it literally there's no good or bad? It's just like everyone needs to just be a good partner to their, being a good relationship, and doesn't even culture should not even kind of like play.
I think one thing I dislike with Arabic relationships, from what I've seen, is a lot of the time the women lose their power essentially. It's very like the woman's experience becomes like the woman's experience is a shadow of the man's experience kind of thing, right? And it's just following footsteps. And I mean, I think that's good in the sense of like building a family and stuff. It's like as much as your wife should follow your footsteps, you should follow her footsteps and that kind of thing. But I think when it comes to overall life and you're like, the woman just lay down things, the woman just, you know what I mean? It's like, even if they have their passions, they have their whatever, it's like they are all relegated or regulated, both of them, to be honest, to cook, clean, and raise the kids, where it's like, bam. You know what I mean? And a lot of the men, it's really interesting. A lot of the men are professionals, engineers, whatever, but they get babied. Like they can, like if their wife is out of the home, they can't cook themselves a good meal. You know what I mean? And it's like, what is this?
Man eating sleep because his wife is having a girl.
The guy said ketchup sandwich.
Spice it up with a little bit of chips in there as well or something.
Jeez.
Whoa.
I think
Before sorry, Grandma.
there you go.
Nah, if I talk, I'm changing the subject.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, just on the topic of like social media, I think even with our generation, like social media makes it seem, I don't know, you have both sides. Like it makes it seem like, oh, like relationships corny, like don't put up your cute videos. We don't want to see you guys like out on a picnic, like how, you know, and then, you know, you call the guy, oh, he's what do you say when the guy is
Simp.
love?
Simp.
There's another word, but yeah, simp, you know, you call him a simp because, you know, he's showing his girl and he's, you know, giving her all this love and stuff like that. And then so that kind of stuff kind of, it deters people from like even putting their relationship out there, or, you know, expressing their love publicly, which is nothing wrong with, you know, showing the person that you love, you know, like showing them off to social media and stuff. But then on the other side, because I absolutely, I love. I love everything about love. I love seeing it. You know, I love hearing people's love stories. I love going to weddings. So if someone has a wedding coming up and you want me to come, send an invite. I love love. I love seeing.
It's a Zoom link, actually. So.
That's cool. A Zoom link is fine. I'm cool with that as well. But yeah, like I'm one of those, and it's like I've seen bad relationships in my time growing up, but I still like have hope. You know, I still have faith that a good relationship can really do good for people. Like it can work wonders for people, for a community as well, like a whole household. Like it just like, yeah, having that, it does a lot for just the two people who are actually in it. You know, it spreads out, and I think that's what sometimes people don't understand. Like when you have love and you actually show love and you guys are, you know, committed to each other and stuff like that, it goes beyond just the two people, you know. Yeah.
With the social media thing, I'm just telling you guys in advance, once I find the person, every photo I put on the story is going to be followed by that video of the guy going, "She is very gorgeous to me." Like I'm telling you right now, every single time.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Love it.
Love that video.
What are you saying, Carl?
Have you guys? There's this group of dancers they call Diversity. I don't know if you guys heard of them. Yeah, so they won Britain's Got Talent in 09. They're mad dancers. You guys should check them out. But anyway, so right now, obviously they got the talent stuff happening now, and right now it was semifinals. So they came back to perform for the people. But the dance that they did was like a Black Lives kind of dance, movement kind of dance. And the George Floyd, there was a scene on it, on the dance as well. It was a dope thing. Like I watched that, like this is dope. But surprisingly, they got 15,000 complaints from that performance. So people were actually complaining about the performance they did. And after this was like this is the second most complaints that they got on Britain's Got Talent. But anyways, how you guys feel about that though? Like they got complaints just because they were doing a Black Lives movement kind of dance. It wasn't even like a beat. It wasn't even like a song that was playing. It was like more of like a poem, spoken word kind of thing in the background, and they were just dancing to that. It was powerful though.
I saw something else actually as well in kind of line with this, where I think it's NFL. Two NFL teams were linking arms, so they're obviously about to play a game against each other, right?
I saw that. Yeah.
Beforehand, they linked arms. I don't know if it was for the national anthem or just for a statement of solidarity. So they linked arms and all that, and the fans were booing. And someone was like, "That's really just another way of saying like shut up and dribble." It's like you can't. These people have followings, right? These athletes, these artists, these dancers have followings, right? And they are people with beliefs as well. But if you're trying to say that you can only do this and provide this for me, it's like, I want the entertainment from you at the expense of what you believe in, right? And that's not right. That's massa mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's literally another form of trying to box people in and oppress them. It's like they have something they believe in, they have something they want to speak out about, and you're mad because they're doing that. Like, how mad could you be about someone saying a positive message, right? And that shows a lot about you if you are doing that kind of thing. So, yeah, I feel like there is a time and space sometimes, maybe. I don't know, maybe there's always an opportunity, there's always a space to speak on these issues, but I do understand that maybe sometimes there is a time and a place. It's like, it's not everyday yell, or it's not everyday not everyday point at this. It's just like sometimes if people are coming for a certain thing, then let it be that. But that was a platform, that's an opportunity to speak to the world, that's fine. sports, solidarity. They are literally linking arms, showing we are all in this together. You're mad at that? Come on. Like, that's a problem. Yeah.
Are you guys just in general, like, I don't have a problem with this diversity, doing this routine and stuff, but just in general this year, like, are you guys like a little bit tired of seeing this issue, then that issue, and then all the posts, and you're like I support this, I just can't, I just don't want to join in anymore because I hate everything going on?
Bro, it's because there's literally just an issue after an issue after an issue. Not even solely looking at racial tensions and issues, but like stemming on from everything that's been hit. There's an issue after an issue.
Bro,
like, bro, can't care about everyone, man. Like,
man, I've been listening to this podcast called Have You Heard George's Podcast, right? It's by this
second word guy.
Yeah, this guy called George the Poet from the UK. Fam, it's actually incredible. Like, genuinely the best, most creative podcast I've ever listened to. It's literally a 20 to 30 minute song every single time, or poem, right? But in the form of a podcast. So he tells a story about everything. Some episodes from the perspective of his thoughts talking to each other, all this kind of stuff. Anyway, the most recent episode I listened to is about the slave trade of Ugandans in Libya. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, yeah? And this woman speaks at the end, and she's basically saying, like, so the whole trafficking is, they go there as refugees, and it's actually funded by the West, right? And they kind of work a deal in Uganda, like, if you pay a bit more, you'll be able to more likely get a chance to become a refugee, whatever. And they're like, there's also an option where you pay a little bit extra and they'll put a contraceptive inside of you. And she's like, because they tell you, like, you will be raped, but at least you won't be pregnant, right? And I was like, I actually started tearing up. I was like, this is actually happening in our world, like right now, right? Yeah. But I was like, fam, there's so many issues to care about. And I remember talking to my dad, like, maybe a year or two ago about this kind of stuff. And I was like, does he, like, not care or something? And he's like, I literally can't care about everything. He's like, I do. He's like, I do care, but I can't feel like I have to live life as well. Like, you have, like, bro, like, even right now, I can think of 10, 15 issues going on around the world. And I'm like, I genuinely care. I'm tired. You know what I mean? And, like, man, there's just too many things.
That's what I'm saying. That is trauma, but this is literally what trauma is, man. Like, this is a form of, at least a form of trauma. Like, that's what it is, man. Constantly, it's just kind of what we spoke about maybe 2 episodes ago or something like that. Like, constantly seeing the bad things, man, it does something to you, you know? And it's not like some people, it leads to desensitization against the issues, but sometimes it's literally just the weight all the time. It's not that you don't care, but you're just, you're under pressure, man. You're like you said, you're tired from having to, man, it's mad.
It was like, obviously yesterday or 2 days ago was 9/11. I'm like going through TikTok and it's like, I'm just trying to relax, right? End of the day. And it's just like this memorial thing and this phone, like actual phone call from 9/11 and this, I'm like, bro, I care, but like, I just want to see someone do. Whoa.
But you're right. I think there, like, what then you were saying, there is the right time and, you know, place to say all these things. But I think obviously it becomes a problem when people don't want you to say anything at all. Right. So obviously going back to diversity, the leader, a lot of people are sending him messages. So one of them, this is what he said: "Dear Joshua Hamilton Banjo," which is like the black, you know, figures in the UK, and other black public figures. "We, the great British public, will only support you if you entertain us and do not say anything about racism. Thank you for understanding."
What the hell? No, thank you for understanding.
We'll only support you if you entertain us and do not say anything about racism.
He just said shut up and dribble.
Yeah, like in a way, I get it though, because it's like you guys said, every social media platform you go on, it's problem after problem after problem. For people, this is a show that's about fun. This is a show that's about, you know, seeing people dance silly and seeing people.
But it also is. It also is
platform,
got talent. It's like they're expressing what they want to express, right?
I do get that. I do get that. But for people who tune into it, they're like, I watch this with my family. I watch this with my friends. We sit down. Look at it from this point of view. Someone who's literally fighting in the streets the whole day, and then you're like, okay, this is my chance to sit down and just watch a show that just makes me laugh. Watch a show that's kind of like, you know, I do understand that it's definitely a platform, and, you know, when you get a platform, like, do what you can to, you know, spread awareness and stuff. But for the people who are like, oh, you know, just entertain me and then that's it, move on. I get it. I kind of understand it. It's like, I want this to be the one thing that I do in my week where I don't have to think about problems.
Man,
like,
this is what, because Miles got the vid here, like, just on the page, right? It's like, it's got 51k likes, 18k dislikes. I'm like, bro, people really
yeah, I feel like going out your way to dislike it is a bit.
Yeah, like, if I've ever not liked a video, I've not disliked it as well. But it's like, to do that, like, this just makes me realize, like, some people are just like, yeah, you can't fight that, man. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's where go where the love is something that's also important. It's like, you can't keep trying to look for love, not in the romantic sense, but look for the reception or positive reception in environments where people clearly aren't going to give that, man. And share your message, but you can't be offended or hurt when you get that reception, right? And I think for people like the superstars, the athletes, sportists, I was going to say sportists, the athletes, the artists and stuff, right? When they are met with that, it's like, it is what it is. You don't need their love at the end of the day, man. Like, you don't want support from someone who does not care about what you believe in at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just a tiny thing. Someone's put this thought out this week, and I was like, they're actually kind of right. Why do we say rapist? Why don't we say raper? Because it goes more along like murderer, robber, raper, like, because it's artist. You know what I mean? Like, the ist feels like a positive profession sort of vibe.
Let me see.
Okay. All right.
Someone who is.
I see what you're doing.
Oh, it says they can be called. Okay, apparently.
Raper.
But you know, damn well, no one says that.
But that's what I'm saying, is because we've grown up with that. It's like, it does sound weird now.
And if I was to say it to you, you're gonna be like, bro, what are you saying?
Yeah.
That's true.
Bro, where did you find this?
I don't know. The internet vomits funny stuff sometimes.
Oh man, I want to ask this question real quick. I'll see what you guys answer. This is something else. Someone's getting.
I can hear that, bro. Someone is dying tonight.
Someone crying? That's crazy.
The whole family business is out there, man.
I heard that is next. I don't know.
Someone's getting flamed.
Man, who broke the glass?
It was Daniel. It was Daniel.
Hey, let me try. We'll see if we can get this here. If you guys could live during any period of history, right? So, Roman Empire, Aztec times. But someone told them to be quiet. Aztec times, yeah. Medieval times, all that kind of stuff, right? What period of history would you guys want to live in? And I have a statement to say after. But yeah, what period of history would you guys want to live in?
So we can't use the current situation?
Or now. If now is when if you're happiest with now, then that's your answer, yeah.
Well, to be honest, if you think about it, if we're still facing injustice in today's world, what makes you think we weren't facing it back then?
No, I'm not talking about injustices now. I'm just talking in general of
like for fun.
Yeah, but
yeah. Just any period of history.
For fun?
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, right now is nice. Because I imagine 300, 400 years ago, girls didn't really shave their armpits and stuff.
They don't now.
Oh,
Whoa!
Nah, I think that whole trend needs to die.
What's wrong with
I like it clean.
Yeah, how are we gonna say what period of history now? Everyone's talking about armpit hair.
But other than that, just because I'm Iraqi, I think Babylonian Empire would be interesting.
That's nice.
Or Egyptian. Those are my two favorite historical.
Oh,
period.
the
Like,
Egyptian, yeah, kind of. That's a very interesting period.
Yeah.
The Egyptian, yeah, that. But at the same time, I've been watching a lot of this Viking stuff, and I don't know, kind of lit.
Man, trying to eat
Like
that.
that whole medieval.
Yeah. Grab the steak.
Come on, man. You know.
Bro,
You know.
I love it when they go.
Mm.
I love it when they go to war. They're like, if you die, you go to Valhalla. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, and I was like, it's a good
Hey.
like.
Wrap up the episode.
Like,
I
don't know what I'm gonna pick
one that would
actually.
be interesting. I think living through the time when they had the Great Plague.
No, I was literally just gonna
I
say.
don't know why, but it just seemed like it was so crazy. I wouldn't want to physically be there. Like, obviously, I want to be
No, we're
shielded
talking
and
live,
guided.
We're talking
Okay,
live.
if I were to make it out safely, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it just seems like a very interesting time.
Oh, that's
Like,
scary.
a very interesting time.
Damn.
Actually, medieval times maybe.
Wait, Daniel, you got one, and then I'll say something.
I reckon during either when you had like, you know, your Machu Picchu's and your Aztec times, those kind of vibes where they made trapdoors in their pyramid things and stuff. That's cool, but also Roman Empire times for sure. Like that's very it's basically Turak in the whole majority of the it's Turak vibes, it's Beverly Hills vibes, majority of the nation and that.
It's wealthy.
If you're poor, you're really poor. But even if you're middle class and too rich, it's a vibe, you know. But
Bro, so the plague one is crazy because I was literally about to say I hate to live during that Victorian era because you know all the whole thing of they would like literally just throw their poo out the window and all that kind of stuff, yeah. And I'm like, we studied Victorian history in year 5th grade, right? My teacher was like, she was one of those angry people all the time, yeah. But then even more so, like they did this thing where there was like a week of school where we acted like, I hated it so much, acted like we were in the Victorian era.
For me,
like as in, so all the boys would come in as like a chimney sweep or something like that, yeah.
And like Oliver Twist,
bro. Literally, it was the stupidest thing in the world. Yeah, that's not the worst part. Yeah, so the teachers were also like being mean to us because that's what teachers would have been like back then and all that kind of stuff, right? So we had to write with fountain pens, like, you know, the ones, the old style, yeah. Bro, she's like, don't press hard with them because they'll break, whatever. But I thought she was just being in character, yeah. I pressed hard, and the thing went. This lady, bro, she was already a scary teacher, and she's putting on a character. She starts yelling, "Who did this? Who did this?" And I'm just sitting there. I'm like I actually can't say anything. Like, I'm not. The girl next to me, I was like, don't snitch. If you snitch, like, something's happening. I don't know. No one's making it home. No. It was a terrifying day of my life. And from then, I'm like, I hate the Victorian era.
Right. The reason why I asked you, like, oh, damn, you need to do soon. But the reason why I asked you is because I started to realize, the most creative times, like when the Great Pyramids, when you had and I was talking to someone about this at work, actually, and where you have the because the Romans are creating aqueducts and stuff like that. We have inventions like this coming into play. You have irrigation being invented. Genius creations, right? You have the industrial era where the wheel and stuff and all things like that are created, right? And it's so funny because all of these highly creative times in history are also paralleled with when we're so vicious and savage as human beings. Gladiators were a thing. Fighting pits were a thing, right?
Yeah.
Human sacrifices were a thing when they were creating these irrigations in Machu Picchu. They were sacrificing human beings. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so crazy how the genius is also paralleled with the utmost savagery. And it's like... Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy how literally in every period of history that you look at, all these different times you have, where they had things like the Trojan horses and stuff like that, or, the Vikings were so savage, but they also were going out on boats and things like that.
Oh, even right now, like some of the technology is insane. Like technology is insane. Like we are literally having a full-on conversation right now, and we're seeing each other and everything. And
you know what that makes me think? Then it's like exactly savage, but maybe are we disconnected as human beings now and stuff like that?
But we are savage because there's literally kids in the border of Mexico sitting in cages. That's savage.
It's never left, right? It's like
true.
Genius is still walking alongside with essentially Neanderthalism, bruv, where we're just acting like animals, man. You know, that's a new word, man. Just made that up right now. Well, it's crazy, man. Yeah, that's wild. Wild times, man.
You know what that reminds me of? Like, you know, I forgot.
What?
You realize,
like, you know when you're given a word in the morning and you have to try to use that word
in the day.
That's Daniel. Like that's blasphemous. Wait, what?
Right, just trying to expand our syntax and that. Come on.
Nah, man, you killed me, bro.
The word has an X in it.
Xylophone.
Wait, what?
Oh, he tried.
Oh man.
No, come on, man. What's going on with the jokes, man?
That's literally, man. It's crazy how we really thought 2020, or like, you know, let's say in 2005, we thought this was going to be hoverable. Actually, I take that back. I saw a guy flying around like Iron Man during the week. So,
wait, what?
Yeah, it's a thing now, bro. This guy had this,
come on,
he had like a pack, and he had these things around his arms, and he's like flying around like that,
actually
like proper
flying?
Yeah, I'll find a bit and show you. Proper flying, man. Like, so we are moving towards that. But yeah,
give it another 5-10 years.
Yeah, man.
I don't doubt it.
Oh man, nah.
I think that's us.
Yeah, fam. Beautiful episode. Love you guys in that. Yeah, man.
Thank you for joining us for episode 62 of the Disruption Podcast.
Damn.
If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend.
And if you didn't, we don't care.
Honestly.
Still do it.
Man.
Can you guys imagine? Can you imagine if we had to celebrate our 100th episode like this?
Nah, like we're actually breaking away. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, bet. Whose house we're going to?
House? Maybe we ain't trying to incriminate the studio. Airbnb. That's sorted. Airbnb it is.
Airbnb?
Yeah.
No, we trash it on the way out.
Because
the culture.
Nowadays. I don't get it. Real quick, I don't know how people literally do that. They go to Airbnbs and trash it on purpose.
Bro, when they like you took a TV.
We'll jump into it another day, but that's madness to me. We'd leave it at that.
Bro, I don't understand that. It's so disrespectful, bro.
That's what's happening.
Hey, thanks for the steak.
when you see the like CCTV footage and the guy's running out with a TV like this, what?
Hey, can you imagine coming back? Like you're the only come back and wait, what's the TV? Wait, you know the kids with the towels when the towels from the bathroom go missing?
You know when people start taking dumb stuff? Hey, you took the flap door for the dog.
Oh man.
Thank you for joining us for the episode. We hope you guys have a great week. Stay blessed.
One love, y'all. One love.
Bye.